I'm going to post a video soon, 40 minutes of Illuminati symbols in films, music, games, and more. On something I have to explain is, and people ask this, why are the symbols there? What do they mean? What's the point? So this should be explained, but this has nothing to do with becoming awake. And my Rumpel video too is just stuff that I want to talk about. So I talk partly about that and partly about this. There was this film, film still exists, but what I meant to say is I used to love a film called Ginger Snaps. I saw it first when I was around 11, and then later again when I was 15 or 16. The first time I didn't even watch it till the end, but the second time I did, and then I fell in love with it because it's aimed for teenagers, so it spoke to me, and now I understand it. Back then I didn't. So I rewatched it not even so long ago, and at the end there's 3 pictures, all seeing eyes, 3 of them, so that's the number 3 is important. And I didn't just blindly assume that it means something, but it was obvious. But I still watched the credits, and then I saw it. And I will put this in the video of 40 minutes, and you will see what I mean. So why did I mention this? The point I want to make is that what you need to do is look into who is behind something before saying that it's all coincidence. Although most popular things will be there to program you, it's all controlled by the people who are in power. But these symbols can help to understand how bad it is. It's a start. I had already put many of them in my music video, and the 10 films you have to watch. Unplug Yourself was mostly about TV shows. So, talking hypothetically, let's say I owned a factory which made energy drinks. I had many tastes, like fire, ice, sugar, no sugar, whatever they make, and so many covers for bottles. I'm not sure if you call them covers. The symbols on the bottles, and I designed them, and the people who worked below me were simple employees, and let's say I was a Freemason controlled by the higher ups, but I just did what I was told to do. So only I and the people who know these things would see that the bottles are really just poison because of the symbols on them. So if there was a triangle, it would of course be a pyramid to me, because I created it. So my factory produced these energy drinks that are bad for you. So you could know that it's not a triangle, it's not a coincidence, it's not meaningless. The same with the people who say, oh, it's just eyes, triangles, and that's of course just an example because that's what they use a lot. It means nothing, can't even mean nothing, because the people behind these things, they use these symbols. So it means something to them. Or I should say, they put it there for a reason. And what these symbols really are stamps, essentially. So they stamp their stuff. It's a control thing. They show it in your face. It's blatant, and it's like saying it's there and you can't do anything about it. That's what I already mentioned once. So when you have YouTube, these audio disabled, you get a pyramid in the corner bottom of private messages, comments. You also have a pyramid. They cannot be coincidence. They cannot mean nothing, because who owns YouTube and Google? Do you get the point? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You need to look into who is behind something. When you have symbols on TV shows, it's almost irrelevant, because all TV shows are there to program you. It's all brainwash in the end, because films are made for television. Those TV shows are films made for television. So that alone should already say it, make you understand it. Video games too. There are no people who make video games independently nowadays, not in 2012. Music and films, that's a different thing, because you have independent artists still make music independently, still filmmakers who make films independently. That still exists, but not with those things. That's long gone. Hardly ever existed. Another thing I want to mention is somebody commented on my 10 films you have to watch about the Harry Potter subliminals. He or she said something like, you can go read it yourself, what's up with the sexes? And somebody responded saying, it's because the mainstream media is sexist. That's illogical, but it's possible it made sense to them, and maybe he didn't know, or she, what sexist means. That's also possible, but if the guy or girl was serious about it, then that's alarming, because it should be understood that they want you to have sex, especially teenagers. This is why you have these subliminals everywhere. They want you to think about it. They want you to think that that's what life is about. So this is why these things exist, and I will put more of this Harry Potter stuff in the video. But sexist? No, that's almost ridiculous. Also, when you have Modern Family, the TV show showing how a family should be, especially in the United States, people who watch it, they think that it's right, and that that's how it should be. So when they watch something like that, it makes them feel like what they do is right. It's just not just families. It's like that with all of these things that exist to program us. People just don't understand that this thing is deep. It's not all that obvious. Or what I mean is, you cannot blindly assume that you find out about 9/11 and now you understand everything and you're okay and everybody else is brainwashed. If you grow up here in the Western world especially, but actually anywhere in bigger cities, of course you will be brainwashed. You cannot simply get out of it from one day to another. This is something you can do, it's just not that easy. Or it's not that fast, it takes time, and most people don't want to change because they don't think that anything's wrong with them.